Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Overwatch Weekly. I just want to apologize. I am a little bit sick. I got sick while I was away on vacation, and it's just now kind of starting its decline. At least I hope it is starting its decline. But it might just be that I've taken so many doses of medicine that it has just been able to be pushed down a little bit. But I'm back, of course, from vacation. Um, had a good time, but I'm back and I'm ready to get some videos recorded. So over the past 2 weeks, of course, there was some stuff that happened that I didn't talk about. So I'm gonna kind of talk about everything that was major that went on from the time that I was gone, as well as from this past week as well. So there's a good amount of stuff, but not too much. So let's start, though, with something recent. Yesterday, we got a patch 1.36, and it went live on PC and consoles. And it has three major things. The first is the new seasonal event, which is the Anniversary 2019 event. You can check out a couple of things in the description. One of them is my video on all of the unlockable content, your skins, emotes, voice lines, sprays, all that kind of stuff. You can check all that out in the link in the description, as well as in the cards. And there's also a schedule to the brawls, but we're going to talk about the anniversary event a little bit more in depth here in a second. It also this update brought the workshop into the live servers. So finally, the workshop is out of the PTR and on the live servers, which means now in the live servers there is a ton more game modes and a ton more that you can do with Overwatch in general to really make this game better than ever. It's awesome. I love the workshop. I think it's the best addition they've made to this game since I've started playing. And I think it's really, really, really awesome that we're seeing something like this come with the third anniversary. It's pretty cool. So if you don't know about the workshop, give you a little rundown. The workshop greatly expands the game customization features available in the game browser by providing a simplified game scripting system. Enhance the Overwatch game modes you know and love with new game rules, new victory conditions, adjustments to the hero movement and abilities, and much more. And once you've designed an awesome new game mode, create a code to share it with your friends or the whole community. And there's a workshop blog post as well that you can find through the patch notes. I do want to note that codes created in China cannot be shared with the rest of the world, and codes created outside of China can't be used by players in China. So there's that. And of course, the workshop's always going to be improving and growing and changing. So I'm excited to see what comes out of it going forward. I've seen a lot of really cool stuff already, and I'm excited to check some of those things out. But let's go to the final thing here in the patch notes, which are a couple hero updates. They're to Baptiste and Wrecking Ball, and this applies to Baptiste's Immortality Field and Wrecking Ball's Minefield. If they land on a moving platform, they will move along with the platform. So the Immortality Field, if you put on a payload, it'll follow the payload. If Wrecking Ball's Mine lands on a payload or a platform like on Volskaya Industries or the spinning turbine thing in Junkertown, it'll move with those. So that is everything for the patch notes, but back to the anniversary event for a second here. We can take a look at the Brawl schedule, and they have everything all the way through June 11th. You can see what all of the Brawls are at any given moment. So the general schedule goes Lucio Ball, Junkenstein's Revenge, May's Snowball Offensive, Yeti Hunt, Uprising, Retribution, Storm Rising, and then back to Lucio Ball. So the Tuesday, May 21st, yesterday was Lucio Ball. Today, Wednesday, May 22nd, is Junkenstein's Revenge. Tomorrow, Thursday, May 23rd, is May Snowball Offensive, and so on and so forth. And it will repeat. Now, there are a couple instances where it is different. Week 2, the second time around that you get to Junkenstein's Revenge, it is actually Junkenstein's Revenge Endless. And the second time that you get to Uprising, Retribution, and Storm Rising, it is those three, but the All Heroes version of those. So those are your schedules. That is linked in the description if you want to check it out, just so you know what is going on any one day. If you want to plan, days to play to go for those loot boxes, you can do that in the description. Now, though, let's take a look at one of these stories from while I was gone. Though technically I was here when it happened, I was just unfortunate enough to not get to cover it when it happened. But the Overwatch League Grand Finals for the season, they have been announced as to where they will be. And they will be this year in Philadelphia. And it says here, we've almost reached the midpoint in the 2019 Overwatch League season. This is before, of course, Stage 2 Finals. And today we're announcing where it will end when we crown our next Grand Finals champion. The Grand Finals will be held at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on Sunday, September 29th. The two teams that qualify for the Grand Finals will compete for the league championship trophy and a share of the $1.7 million US prize pool, with the winner getting $1.1 million and the runner-up taking home $600,000. And the 2019 Grand Finals will be live streamed on Twitch and broadcast in the U.S. on ABC Network at 3 p.m. Eastern. It will also be available on the ESPN app, OverwatchLeague.com, and the Overwatch League app. And the Grand Finals will air globally in the following markets: Canada on TSN, China through Zhangqi, NetEase, CC, Bilibili, and Huya, France on Media One, Germany on Sport One, and Russia on eTerra TV. The tickets for the 2019 Grand Finals go on sale June 7th. And of course, the Grand Finals represent the culmination of the Overwatch League season playoffs, which will feature 12 of the league's 20 teams. For the postseason, there's 2 division winners along with the next best 4 teams by record. Regardless of division, will automatically qualify. 2 additional teams will qualify through a play-in tournament between the 7 through 12 place teams. And those 8 teams will compete in the double elimination bracket. The final 2 teams that advance out of the bracket will compete in the Grand Finals. And then additional Grand Finals event details, including ticket pre-sale availability and match times, will be announced at a later date. So that is that story. Let's move on to the next story, which is those Stage 2 Finals. Now, typically I wouldn't talk about who wins the Stage 2 Finals, but it's been several weeks at this point in time. It's been about 2 weeks, I think. A week and a half. So you probably know at this point. And we also have had the All-Star break, so there's been a lot of stuff that has happened. But if you did not see the finals, I watched only a little bit of it while I was gone. But the Stage 2 playoffs, we saw an upset with the Hangzhou Spark defeating the London Spitfire. We saw the New York Excelsior getting a win over the LA Gladiators, showing that they are still very capable of winning. And we saw the Vancouver Titans and San Francisco Shock get major wins, of course, as they do. And then the San Francisco Shock very easily defeated the Hangzhou Spark to move on to the Stage 2 Finals, while the Vancouver Titans beat the New York Excelsior 3-1 in a very close series, where New York definitely played very well and in a lot of ways showed that they are still a very good team. And in the Stage 2 Finals, it was of course a rematch of the Stage 1 Finals, but this time the winner was the San Francisco Shock. So if you want to check all of that out, there's a link in the description that talks about the story, and you can read all about it there. But that was not the only Overwatch League event while I was gone. No. We got the Overwatch League All-Stars event, the whole thing, from the Widowmaker 1v1s to the arcade modes to everything that there was to see. There was a lot of really cool stuff. So I have 2 links in the description that you can go to that'll show you everything. There's some highlights as well on YouTube. I don't believe those are linked here on any of these pages, but I will link to the Overwatch League YouTube channel in the description for you to check out. That has all of the highlights on them there, and you can check them out if you want to see those. But definitely, I would say Talent Takedown is a must-watch, and the Widowmaker 1v1s are a must-watch. Can't talk. Next, we have the International Overwatch League store is finally here. I didn't even know the International store wasn't open yet. That is the benefit that I guess I get for being in the U.S. is that I didn't have to worry about not having a store to get merch from, but the international store is now here. So there's a link in the description to the tweet. I think it's just the store and you can order things internationally now, but just to show you, of course, the tweet that announced it. So with all that out of the way, let's get to the final story of the week, which is about the Pacific Showdown for Overwatch Contenders. I didn't forget. Contenders, baby, we are in the big stage now for Contenders. The Pacific Showdown is coming up. It is this weekend. And we're going to be seeing Overwatch Contenders teams from South Korea, China, Asia Pacific, and Australia travel to Shanghai to face their fellow Asian competitors live and in person. I don't know why they chose Asian, seeing as Australia is not an Asian region for the most part, but it is what it is. There's a lot more on the line than just a share of the U.S. $125,000 total prize pool. Regional bragging rights are taken to another level. Winning the showdown guarantees your region an additional starting slot at the gauntlet later this year, while placing 5th and 6th will cost your region a starting slot. So obviously it'll take place in Shanghai. And it'll start on Friday, May 24th at 7 a.m. CEST, which I believe is Chinese something time. That is 10 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 2 p.m. CST, and it's 1 a.m. Eastern Time. And then Saturday, May 25th, it starts at 1 p.m. CEST, 4 a.m. PDT, and 8 p.m. CST. On Sunday, the 26th, from 9 a.m. CEST, 12 a.m. PDT, 4 p.m. CST. So that's when the whole thing will be taking place. But now let's meet our teams. For the Chinese winner, we have LGE Huya. That is the Chengdu Hunters affiliated academy team. It's a mixed language roster with Chinese and Korean players, led primarily by Hacker or Hacker. I don't know how you pronounce it, but that is the LGE Huya team. From South Korea, we have the Element Mystic winners this time around. Not Runaway, which is nice to see some fresh blood getting some wins here. They are led by Sparkle for the most part, and they play a very interesting Sombra Doomfist composition primarily. So it'll be fun to watch them play. In the Asia Pacific region, we have Talon Esports, which is now a mixed roster, but they are led primarily by Gogora, a Korean flex player, but they also have a Thai DPS player Oputo, who is a major player to watch as well. For Australia, we have Order, who won there, beating Sydney Drop Bears, which is a very impressive thing because they have been a dominant team in Australia. And they are led by Yuki, who was an Australian Overwatch World Cup player. So those are your regional winners, and then you have your two other teams that are involved. One from Korea, one from China. From Korea, we have O2 Blast, formerly O2 Ardiant. They are led primarily by Kaiser, who is a tank player. And they, of course, got second in South Korea for Contenders 2019 Season 1. And then in China, the second overall team is the One Winner. This is the team that Crystal used to play on. Crystal, who plays for the Hangzhou Spark. They finished second place behind LGE Huya and are looking to make a splash here at the Pacific Showdown Contenders. So those are your 6 teams. The talent crew for this, I don't know. I will say this. I don't know who any of these people are. They are a casting crew from the region, so they are all Chinese and Korean, I believe. So I don't know what the English stream will be like, if there will even be an English stream. We'll have to see. But we have Akaros, we have Inho Chung, YBT, Zhao Gui, Tutu, Time, Roy, Muzi, Lao Chen, and Alan. All of those, of course, can be found in the description in the link to the Pacific Contenders Showdown thing that is down there. But that is everything now that I have for you. I'm sorry if this video was a little all over the place. I'm still fighting this sickness, and it's been a little bit of an issue trying to record and make sure I'm not killing myself in the process. But let me know down below what your thoughts are on any of these stories. But I'm going to get out of here. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, consider liking and subscribing, as it helps out a bunch with the channel. But until next time, I'm going to get out of here and see you all later. Bye-bye!